You care a lot about your family and they care a lot about you. And we appreciate it that they let you go 3.5 years ago and that your wife joined you to come here to Belgium. It's quite a big step, I think, for someone to change continent, to go for a PhD, and then to bring it to such a nice, successful ending, and even to stay a bit longer after the PhD still. So I would also like to thank the members of the jury. Mr. President, even though being retired, you still make time to do this. Very much appreciated. All the members of the jury. We had a substantial discussion, I would say. It was a very nice discussion, very interesting questions. When you arrived here 3.5 years ago, you didn't join what I call the Asia office, later on turned into the Office of Fun, but so that office you didn't join. You let the rest of the 4 musketeers there. You joined what I call the Membrane Girls office, and they haven't kicked you out there, so I guess you behaved quite well the past 3.5 years. Maybe because you spent a lot of time in the lab. It was mentioned already, they're wondering how many hours you spent. I know that you spent many at night, in the weekends as well, because you have to keep these MBRs running, these bugs keep on eating. Supervising you was, on one hand, a big pleasure. On the other hand, it was quite a tough task, because you forced me to think faster than you worked. And that was not obvious, because it always went very fast. When you started here, we just initiated the MBR work. It was the EDO project, where several of the members of the jury were involved. And we started, as you write in your thanking word, from scratch. And it took us a lot of effort to get started. And your role in that was really very determining, very strong. Initially, by the practical things, setting up all the MBRs, but later on also in thinking about concepts to be tested. You even divided the tasks among all the people quite often. You kept all the reactors running, so I really appreciate that, and I want to thank you explicitly for that. You were a hard worker in the lab. You were also a fast writer. Maybe sometimes a bit too fast. I had to pick out several spelling and grammar errors, but okay, that's forgiven. The hard work, you didn't only focus on your own work, but you were also willing enough to take in between several industrial projects, relatively short term, but still, I think in total you did about 10 different projects in between your own projects, and I appreciate that a lot, because it's difficult to get it accomplished otherwise. You also guided some students, master's thesis students, and even over the last semester, which was in the middle of you writing your PhD, preliminary defense and so on, I think you guided about half of my class of membrane technology, so about 20-25 students, helping them in the lab to get things done. Thank you very much for all these efforts and your contribution to all of this. As an example of the way Roil worked, I would like to mention the work on the algae. One day he comes back from some course at Gasthuisberg, I don't know exactly which course, in the frame of the PhD training, of course. He met someone from Kortrijk working on algae, and he asked my permission to start working on algae. A short summary of what he planned to do. And a few, I wouldn't say days, but maybe a few weeks later, a manuscript ends up on my desk with all the results written in a paper, almost finished. That's how Roil independently worked, so as I said, as a supervisor, it's a real pleasure to have students like that. Always super enthusiastic, Roil, fast, efficient, keep it like that. So for your future, we're going to try to keep you here a bit longer. There are some patents that need to be validated. We're going to try to get them into reality. You wrote quite 5 first author papers, 2 second and third author. So that's quite an accomplishment, and I hope it will be more than enough to get you a postdoctoral mandate fellowship so that you can still work a bit longer here. So I wish you all the best, not only during the next months or years here in Belgium, but also in your whole future life together with your wife. Congratulations again.